Before you move on, pause for just a moment. I have brought you here because there is something your heart has needed to hear for far longer than you realize. You may think this is another ordinary message appearing on your screen, but I tell you that I know the exact path your feet have walked, the hidden battles no one applauded, the silent prayers you whispered when everyone else believed you were strong. Nothing about this meeting is accidental. I have watched every tear that never reached another person's eyes. I have heard every question you were afraid to ask aloud. Today, I want you to stop measuring your life by what you can see and begin measuring it by what I have already prepared beyond your sight. You have spent too much time believing that silence meant absence. It never did. Even when you could not feel me, I was arranging what you could never arrange with your own strength. While you waited, I was teaching your heart endurance. While doors remained closed, I was protecting you from paths that would have stolen your peace. While you wondered whether your prayers had reached heaven, I was already weaving together answers that required perfect timing. You judged the story from one chapter. I have always seen the entire book. There are moments when you have looked around and wondered why others seemed to move ahead while you remained in the same place. Comparison became a heavy chain around your thoughts. You questioned your value. You questioned your purpose. Some days you even questioned whether I still remembered your name. Yet I never forgot you for a single moment. The gardener never forgets the seed simply because it remains beneath the soil. Hidden does not mean abandoned. Growth often begins where no human eye can celebrate it. Today, I ask you to release the burden of trying to control everything that belongs in my hands. You were never created to carry tomorrow before it arrives. You were never asked to solve every mystery before taking the next faithful step. Peace enters your life when trust becomes greater than fear. I do not ask you to understand every detail. I ask you to walk beside me one step at a time. My wisdom is greater than your plans, and my vision reaches farther than your understanding. Remember how I led Abraham before showing him the destination. Remember how I strengthened David long before placing a crown upon his head. Remember how Joseph endured years of misunderstanding before the purpose of his suffering became clear. None of those seasons were wasted, neither is yours. Every difficult day has been shaping a stronger spirit within you. Every disappointment has taught you compassion. Every delay has prepared you for blessings that require maturity instead of haste. Do not despise small beginnings. Many people wait only for dramatic miracles while overlooking the quiet ways I transform a life. Sometimes, my greatest work begins inside your thoughts before it appears in your circumstances. I replace fear with courage. I exchange bitterness for forgiveness. I soften a wounded heart until hope can breathe again. When your heart changes, your life begins to follow. The strongest foundations are always built beneath the surface. There are people around you who may never understand the journey I have taken you through. Do not become discouraged because they cannot see what I am doing. They only witness the present moment. I have been preparing your future long before they noticed your struggle. Keep your eyes fixed on me instead of seeking approval from every voice around you. The opinions of people change with the wind, but my love remains steady through every season. You have also carried guilt that I never asked you to keep. You continue replaying old failures that I already forgave. Why hold tightly to chains I have already broken? When I forgive, I do not remember your past the way you remember it. I see the person you are becoming, not the person you once were. Stop introducing yourself by yesterday's mistakes. Begin living as someone who believes grace is greater than regret. Take time each morning to be still before me. Before the noise of the world enters your mind, allow my peace to become your first conversation. You do not need perfect words. You do not need impressive prayers. Speak honestly, listen patiently, trust quietly. The relationship I desire with you grows through consistency, not performance. The more you seek my presence, the more clearly you will recognize my direction. When uncertainty comes again, do not panic. Ask yourself one simple question. Has my faithfulness ever failed you completely? You may remember delays, you may remember hardships, But if you look carefully, you will also remember the countless times I carried you through what once seemed impossible. Those memories are not accidents. They are reminders that the same God who sustained you yesterday still walks beside you today. If these words are speaking directly to your heart, take a moment and type, "Yes, Lord," in the comments. Let that simple declaration become your personal reminder that you are choosing faith instead of fear today. Now continue listening carefully, because I have not finished speaking. There are deeper truths I want to place inside your heart, truths that will strengthen you for the days ahead. Do not rush away from this moment. Stay close. Allow every word to settle within you like good seed planted in fertile ground. What begins quietly today can become the very foundation of tomorrow's breakthrough. And I promise you this, when you continue walking with me, you will discover that hope was never lost. It was simply waiting for the moment your heart was ready to receive it. Stay with me a little longer, because what I am placing into your spirit now is something you will carry long after this moment has passed. The world teaches you to hurry, to chase, to compete, and to fear being left behind. But I have never measured your life by the speed of your footsteps. I measure it by the condition of your heart. There are victories that appear impressive to people, yet leave the soul empty. And there are quiet moments of faithfulness that heaven celebrates with joy. Today, I am inviting you to stop running after what fades and begin walking toward what lasts forever. You have spent seasons asking why certain opportunities disappeared just as they seemed within reach. You wondered whether you had made the wrong choices or whether you had somehow missed my direction. Listen carefully. Not every closed door is a loss. Some are acts of mercy that you will only understand when you can finally see the road I prevented you from taking. I know what waits beyond every decision before you ever arrive there. What appears disappointing today may become the reason you thank me tomorrow. There are people who walked away from your life, and you still carry questions about why they left. You searched your own heart again and again, wondering if you could have done more, spoken differently, or tried harder. Release those questions into my hands. Not everyone who enters your story is meant to remain until the final chapter. Some people were part of your preparation, not your destination. Do not waste your strength chasing those I have already released from your journey. Instead, prepare your heart for the people I am bringing who will encourage your faith, strengthen your purpose, and walk beside you with honesty and love. Do not allow bitterness to build a home inside you. Bitterness promises protection, but it quietly steals peace. Forgiveness does not erase what happened, nor does it pretend that wrong was right. Forgiveness simply places justice where it belongs, in my hands instead of yours. The moment you release resentment, you create room for healing to grow. I never asked you to carry revenge. I asked you to carry hope. There have been nights when fear whispered that your future would look exactly like your past. Those whispers did not come from me. I am the one who creates new beginnings. I am the one who restores what seemed beyond repair. Your history may explain where you have been, but it does not decide where I will lead you. Stop allowing yesterday to write tomorrow's story. My grace is always greater than your greatest disappointment. You often pray for visible miracles while overlooking the miracle already taking place inside your heart. Think about how differently you respond to difficulties today compared with years ago. Once you would have collapsed beneath certain burdens. Now you continue walking with quiet endurance. Once fear controlled every decision. Now faith has begun to guide your steps. That is not because you became stronger alone. It is because I have been transforming you day by day. My greatest miracles often begin within before they become visible around you. Do not ignore the small blessings I place along your path. Give thanks for the conversation that encouraged you when you almost gave up. Give thanks for the unexpected provision that arrived just when you needed it. Give thanks for the strength to face another morning even when your heart felt tired. Gratitude changes the way you see the world. A thankful heart begins to notice. my fingerprints in places that worry could never recognize. You have also been carrying burdens that never belong to you. You worry about outcomes you cannot control. You rehearse conversations that have not happened. You imagine difficulties that may never arrive. Each anxious thought quietly steals today's peace while promising to protect tomorrow, but tomorrow has always been safely held in my hands. Lay those heavy thoughts before me. Trust me with what you cannot change. The peace I give is not built upon perfect circumstances. It is built upon my unchanging presence. Remember how I fed Elijah when he believed he had reached the end of his strength. Remember how I cared for the widow whose small jar never became empty. Remember how I stood beside Daniel when lions surrounded him. I have never abandoned those who place their confidence in me. My ways may surprise you, but my faithfulness never changes. Do not compare the pace of your journey with someone else's. Every life I shape has its own season. Fruit appears at different times, yet every healthy tree grows according to the design I placed within it. Your assignment is not to compete. Your assignment is to remain faithful. Faithfulness in ordinary days prepares you for extraordinary moments. Protect your peace in the coming days. There will always be voices eager to fill your heart with fear, confusion, and endless distraction. Choose carefully what you allow to shape your thoughts. Spend more time listening to my truth than to the noise surrounding you. The voice you hear most often will eventually influence the direction you follow. You are not walking toward uncertainty alone. I am already waiting in every tomorrow you fear. Before you arrive at the next challenge, I have already prepared the grace you will need to overcome it. Before the next opportunity appears, I have already equipped you with wisdom to recognize it. Before the next storm gathers, I have already become your shelter. If you believe I am working in your life, even when you cannot yet see every answer, declare, "I believe your timing is perfect," in the comments. Let those words remind your own heart that faith continues even while the promise is still unfolding. Remain with me, because there is still more I want to reveal. The greatest transformation is not simply receiving blessings, it is becoming the person who can carry those blessings with humility, wisdom, and love. I am preparing both the gift and the heart that will receive it. Trust. My process. Walk one faithful step at a time. Keep your eyes on me instead of your fears, and you will discover that every season, even the difficult ones, has been leading you closer to the beautiful purpose I have prepared for your life. Do not leave yet, because what I am about to place within your heart is not only for this moment. It is for the days ahead when questions return, when unexpected challenges appear, and when you need to remember that I have already gone before you. Remain with me until the end of these words, because there is strength waiting for those who stay, hope waiting for those who listen, and peace waiting for those who choose to trust instead of fear. I am not speaking to entertain you. I am speaking so that you may live differently when this message is over. There will be mornings when the weight of yesterday tries to return. Old fears may knock at the door of your thoughts. Doubts may whisper that nothing has truly changed. When those moments come, do not measure my faithfulness by your feelings. Feelings rise and fall like waves upon the sea, but my promises stand like mountains that cannot be moved. I remain the same through every season of your life. What I have spoken over you does not lose its power simply because circumstances have not yet caught up with my purpose. I know you desire immediate answers, yet I also know the beauty that grows through patient trust. Many of the greatest things I have done throughout history began quietly. A shepherd became a king. A fisherman became a leader. A small seed became a mighty tree. Never underestimate what I can accomplish through a life that continues trusting me one faithful day at a time. The world celebrates what appears suddenly, but heaven celebrates what remains faithful consistently. Do not become discouraged if progress seems slow. Growth that lasts is rarely rushed. I would rather establish your life upon a strong foundation than allow temporary success to become lasting disappointment. Every lesson I teach has a purpose. Every season shapes your character. Every challenge develops strength that comfort alone could never produce. One day, you will look back and discover that the hardest roads became the places where you learned to know me most deeply. I also want you to remember the people around you. There are hearts carrying burdens that cannot be seen with human eyes. Someone near you is quietly losing hope. Someone smiles while hiding pain. Someone is waiting for a single word of encouragement. Allow my love to flow through your life. Be generous with kindness. Be patient with those who struggle. Speak words that lift others instead of tearing them down. Never assume that a small act of compassion has little value. I often use ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary healing. Guard your heart from becoming distracted by the endless noise of the world. Every day there will be voices competing for your attention. Some will promise happiness through possessions. Others will promise security through fear. Still others will invite you into endless comparison. But I remind you again that true peace is found in my presence. When your heart remains close to me, you begin seeing life differently. Problems become opportunities to trust. Delays become opportunities to grow. Waiting becomes an opportunity to discover that I have been working all along. Continue seeking me each day, not because you are trying to earn my love, but because you already have it. You never need to perform for my acceptance. I loved you before your greatest success, and I loved you through your deepest failure. Nothing surprises me. Nothing you confess shocks me. Nothing you bring before me is beyond my ability to restore. My mercy is new every morning because my love for you never grows old. As you move forward, choose gratitude intentionally. Thank me not only after every answer arrives, but also while you continue waiting. Gratitude opens your eyes to blessings that anxiety often hides. You have more reasons to hope than you realize. Look around carefully. Notice the breath in your lungs, the people who still love you, the opportunities that still remain, the strength that carried you through yesterday. These are reminders that I have never stopped caring for you. Whenever uncertainty stands before you, remember this simple truth. You do not walk alone. I walk with you into every conversation, every decision, every challenge, and every new beginning. When you feel weak, my strength remains available. When you lack wisdom, ask me and I will guide you. When fear attempts to return, remember my promises instead of fear's predictions. My voice will always lead you toward hope, never toward despair. Do not forget the lessons you have received today. Apply them to your daily life. Forgive quickly. Trust patiently. Pray sincerely. Pray sincerely. Love generously. Speak with kindness. Remain humble during success and faithful during difficulty. These are not merely beautiful ideas. They are the pathway to a life anchored in peace. If these words have strengthened your heart today and you are choosing to place your trust in me, write, "Amen, I trust you," in the comments. Let your declaration become a testimony of faith that encourages someone else who reads it. And before you go, I ask you to remain until the very end of every message shared here, because there may be one sentence, one truth, or one reminder that becomes exactly what your heart needs for that day. Do not hurry away from moments that can transform your life. Listen carefully, reflect deeply, and most importantly, live what you have heard. A life changed by truth will always speak louder than words alone. If these messages are helping you grow closer to me, bringing peace into your heart, and encouraging your walk of faith, take a moment to like this video so more people can receive this hope. Subscribe if you desire to continue growing through these messages together. Share this video with someone who may be carrying a burden today, because one act of kindness can become an answer to another person's prayer. And if these messages have truly blessed your life and you feel happy with the words you have received, your support for this channel helps continue sharing encouragement with people around the world who are searching for hope. Now go forward with confidence. Lift your eyes instead of lowering your spirit. Walk in faith instead of fear. Choose peace instead of worry, Remember that every new morning is another opportunity to trust me. I will remain beside you through every victory and every trial. My love for you has not changed, my promises have not failed, and my presence will not leave you. Rest tonight, knowing that I am already preparing what tomorrow requires. Walk one faithful step at a time, and you will discover that I have been leading you all along. My peace is with you, today and always.